Alright, let me say this the way I felt it the first night. If you're the kind of person who notices when sound feels flat, thin, or fake, the YHT-4950U is for you. Before we go any further, do yourself a favor and check the current price and availability right now. Systems like this don't stay stable for long, and I've seen the numbers jump when stock tightens. You know that moment when you are watching something you love, and you suddenly realize you've been tolerating weak audio for way too long? That was me, sitting there with the TV doing all the work, pretending it was good enough. Dialogue felt distant. Action scenes had no weight. Music never filled the room. And once you reach that point, there's no one noticing it. The first night you switch this on, there's a strange sense of relief. You stop leaning forward to hear voices. You stop fiddling with volume every 5 minutes. Everything just locks into place. The room feels balanced. Confident. Like it finally matches the screen you invested in. I've lived with this setup through late-night movies, casual gaming sessions, and those weekends where one episode turns into 6. Explosions don't just make noise, they land. Footsteps actually move across the room. Voices stay clean even when everything else gets loud. And the subwoofer? It doesn't overwhelm, it grounds everything. You feel the scene instead of fighting it. What surprised me most is how effortless it feels day to day. Bluetooth nights turn into full room listening sessions. Even basic streaming shows suddenly feel more intentional. It's not about chasing specs, it's about the way everything sounds finished. If you're even slightly interested, don't wait around for weird price swings or that moment when it's suddenly harder to find. This is one of those systems people quietly grab when they're serious, not when they're experimenting. You might be thinking a full setup sounds complicated or overkill. That was my concern too. But once it's dialed in, it disappears, in the best way. It doesn't demand attention. It delivers it. Here's the part nobody told me: you start enjoying silence more. When sound hits only when it's supposed to, everything feels cleaner, sharper, more intentional. Owning something built at this level does change how you feel about your space. You sit differently. You host differently. You stop apologizing for your setup. Movies feel bigger without being chaotic. Dialogue stays grounded and natural. Bass feels controlled, not boomy. Surround effects actually rap instead of guessing. And you stop second-guessing whether your system is keeping up. There are small trade-offs. You'll want to take a little time placing the speakers properly, and if you're chasing extreme volume, this isn't about shaking walls just to do it. But at some point, you break out of comparison mode. You realize you've already chosen this in your head. And every time you consider something weaker, you come right back here. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you talk yourself out of and regret later. If you're ready to stop settling and finally hear what your content is supposed to sound like, check the link and make the move. You'll know you made the right call the moment the room comes alive.